Alright guys, welcome to the first round today. Sorry, I was getting everything set up. Play line's gonna go from military all the way to Stauber. So, as far as I can tell, hopefully we can get some teams dropping together, start the action off pretty early today. And I am glad to announce that this is my first stream as a Trovo partner. So, things are starting to move in the right direction. Oh my god, I'm tired. Alright, sorry guys. I was trying to get all my Trovo shit up. Whatever social media platform, if you're currently watching on, if you don't mind, just head over to my Trovo channel. Actually probably going to start streaming there exclusively to try to get all of my numbers up where they should be. Hopefully I can get put into a higher tier for next month. That's pretty much what my goal is going to be right now. So we're going to get our first knock over here on one of the members for Divine. Out comes a second knock, and here we see the push forward from Blast. He's going to come on the right side. And I believe that's going to leave one all the way at the back. Is my brightness down? Nope. Here comes the rest of the team now. They're going to be tossing nades and mollies up through the windows. Ooh, unfortunately, all he's got is a shotty. I mean, if timed correctly, he could technically win this, but it is going to be kind of tight, especially with the whole team pushing you at once. You kind of need the S12K for that one, but gets one knock out of it, so very nice attempt on his part. So first zone, we're going to go ahead and see this shift down to the southwest. We're going to have pretty much all of military in this one. Primorsk, Ferry Pier, little bit of Pachinki. Well, all of Pachinki, just a little bit over it, and most of Farm. We're most likely going to see our teams rotating early on this one. Try to get some spots on the military from what I'm guessing. I kind of have a feeling this one's going to go to military, so people might want to chill right there around those compounds around the bridge and just see where this one ends up heading to. But I do see this other bridge over here being held up as a choke point for all the people trying to rotate forward. I'm actually going to go ahead and rotate over here to Ultimate Nicat DE. I do see abundance of teams starting to rotate down this way on this road. I think we are going to see what I said earlier. If I was Team 14, which is Lunatics, I'd definitely be doing it there. You can see these teams are now pouring in this direction. MVP is going to be up there in the compounds. Definitely a good spot, especially in that 3-stack. And Ecliptic going to come out with the first knock onto Chaotix. Gets the knock and the thirst. And I believe that's now going to put Vapex Voodoo down one person. And one of their other players is going to drive over this way, bail out of his cars. He's going to have an entire team right here on him. And he's going to go ahead and get knocked now as well. Let me go ahead and check in with these guys over here on top the 3-stack. Right now, I believe they're going to have prime territory to go ahead and get a bunch of kills very early in this round. I would definitely be heading for this spot if I was any of those teams as well. And I also see a knock just off in the distance on Bray over there for our Ultima Nicat DE. Hellboy's going to go ahead and rotate around to the gas station at this point. Possibly give them some kind of angle right here. Kenzo going to be heading over there as well. Here comes Ecliptic. And they're going to go ahead and try to take these guys on early and claim this territory as their own. This little dip right here is definitely going to be OP as soon as the circle and everything comes in. Here comes Jade. She's going to go ahead and steal their spot back. Nuke's going to go ahead and push back over. And here comes Hellboy now as well. He's going to go ahead and provide some backup to his teammate. So we're going to be looking at a 2v4 over there by the bridge and then a 2v1 right here. Jade's going to go out and get the knock on a Nuke. Hellboy now going to push forward. And I believe Kenzo going down right here as well. Falling going to get the knock onto Ecliptic. And I believe that is now going to put MVP down to a one-man standing. Hellboy going for the revive right here on the Nuke, trying to make it so they have two guys still up. And Prism definitely going to have to push forward, provide some help to their teammate over here. Hellboy's going to be pushing up the stairs. Jade's going to be on top. And they're going to land a bunch of shots on him to help out. And she's going to end up landing the last couple shots right there into Hellboy. Here comes Nuke now as well, trying to come up these stairs. She's going to be at the very top with the Uzi and ends up taking him down now as well. So very nice job right there to Prism. Go ahead and get how many kills these dudes got? I believe, yep, 4. So if I was them, I'd definitely stay right here, go ahead and try to gatekeep all these teams trying to go across this bridge, especially when they start seeing these teams try to pour in these boats. What's up, Ignatius? How you doing, dude? And let me go over here to Grandma's house real quick. The one sole member still standing for Divine. Oh my god, I'm not awake yet. And just across the street, we are going to be looking at Destiny as well. So we are looking at teams blocking both bridges from everybody else getting across. We still have, 4 teams still just across the bridge. And as you can see, this one is going to go ahead and shift to military. Novo is now going to be out of this zone, so I do expect Prism to go ahead and hop in their cars and make their rotation across since they're going to have the complete capability of doing so. Nobody's going to be on the other side, so they should be able to actually roll into main with absolutely no issues. So I believe Team 21 is going to go ahead and just swim across. Definitely the safe move. Boat's definitely not your friend. So we're finally starting to get some teams rotating in. As you can see, they're definitely starting to get close to each other. Team 4, Extreme Quake Red, going to be almost dead center on this one. They're going to have a very good spot on the top of these hills. The only problem is they're just going to have their teammates looking really in all directions because they're pretty much going to be open from shots from everywhere. They're going to have hills on all sides of them. As you can see just off in the distance, you're going to see Extreme Quake Red rolling up over there. Whereas Team 12 Destiny is going to be on this hill. So they're definitely going to have lines of sight on each other. But like I said, they're really going to have to watch every single hill over here. So Simba ends up getting knocked. I have a feeling that one's going to be coming from Lunatics just down there at the very edge of military base. What's up, Scuba? How you doing, dude? There are lots of questions today. So we're going to go ahead and see War Dynasty take out a couple members from BS. Where these dudes at? I think it is just all over. Do apologize, guys. Like I said, literally 10 minutes ago, I found out I was part of the partnership program, so I'm just going ahead and getting everything set up. And like I said, most likely I'm probably going to start doing some exclusive streaming to Trovo to go ahead and get the following over here. Do appreciate the follows and everything on Twitch, getting me up to 1,000 right there at the very end. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and try to build this one up real quick for this month, see what I can get to, hopefully get into the next tier up. And then if that's the case, I can just sit home and stream for you guys all day. So we're going to go ahead and see a hard shift to the south. And basically, we're going to have, what is that right there? So the compound just under the S and the N, that is going to be prime territory. Somebody definitely needs to steal that one. As you can see, Blackfield is going to go ahead and be the first ones there. They're going to go ahead and crash it. And they should be set for the rest of this game with that spot right there. Are they going to keep going? Oh, they're going all the way to the beach. Somebody's going to be left with that compound, and they're going to be really happy. So we're still seeing some shots come from Ultimate Cat DE over here from the top of these hills, and they're going to be getting some pings off their vehicles from Team 14 over there. It's still going to be Lunatics, fortunately enough. They're still going to be right in the edge of the zone. Hopefully they don't end up getting knocked by the red zone. This is definitely not my best friend in the game. Likes to follow me around. Even when it does knock me, it seems to let out one more just to thirst me, just to basically rub it in my face that it loves screwing with me every time I play. So here we go. Ultimate Cat DE is going to go ahead and claim that compound for themselves. Now let's go ahead and see if Zone's going to be nice to these guys. Go ahead and let them stay there. I'm going to go over here and check in with Daruma Beta over here. As you can see, Extreme Quake Red's going to go ahead and move into their compounds. He's going to go ahead and land a bunch of shots all at a time, get him down to a little less than 1 HP. The rest of the team is going to go ahead and just drive away. Maybe they can come in from a different angle, crash these compounds, and go ahead and support their one sole member right here. As you can see now, one of the members from Team 16 is going to go ahead and jump out, try to take time on for the 1v1. He does land a couple shots right there at the very beginning, putting him down to just a couple HP. He's going to hop in his buggy, hopefully get away from this one, but all it takes is that one shot in a rear tire to go ahead and spin you out, and then it's pretty much just like a sitting duck right there. So now let's go ahead and rotate over here to Butterfly Effect. They're going to be almost right on top of this team right here. It's going to be War Dynasty just on the very back parts of this hill. As you can see, Exalti is going to be just down the way, chilling on the backside of these rocks. Out comes a nice nade right there from Fine. It's going to be timed just a little too long. It's going to go ahead and explode into the air. Other than that, it did look like it might have had the distance to go over to Deshaun over here, possibly get the knock, but I guess we'll never know. So zone's going to shift one more time. We're going to get part of this one still in the water. So we should have some good action there in this zone. Other than that, let me see if I can get up here to the final tail end of these guys. And I think it's just going to be a second too late. Ended up trying to go to the bottom right there with Team 18. But never ends up happening like you want it to. So Prism's going to go ahead and now start pushing forward. They're definitely going to have the high ground over these guys. Let's see if they can go ahead and get a couple kills for themselves. They should have a direct line of sight on them as soon as they come up over these corners. And there's going to be the first knock. And they're definitely landing some very good shots on these guys down there. Unfortunately, once you get knocked in the water, you don't get knocked, you just die. Here comes Team 21 rotating in right behind Prism now. They're going to have to take this fight. Daniel's going to go ahead and hit that tree, ends up slowing his progression down. And they are also now going to be directly on top of these guys. Daniel going to come out with the DP, get the knock onto Stranger. That's going to go ahead and put a little dent into Prism right here. Hopefully they can go ahead and get their teammate back up and push some shots downrange at these guys. The rest of Team 21 has now gone ahead and continued rotating forward. And there is going to be one member for Vape just right there to their left-hand side as well. Daniel going to come out with another knock onto one of the players over there on the Prism team. This one is going to be Fallen and land some on Revy too. Definitely killing it with that DP. Oh, he's got the 4 times. So definitely crazy. What's up, Florida? How are you doing? I'm doing good, Scuba. Just trying to wake up. I've only had maybe a quarter of my energy drink. If you continue to watch a stream around the end of round 2, you'll notice me getting a little hyper, and that's when I tend to start waking up. I have to wait for this thing to like kick into my system like cocaine. Here we go. The compound ultimate the Cat DE has up there. Definitely still in this one. Not sure why it took everybody so long to go to that compound. Unless they might have thought it was been taken. That does happen quite a bit in scrims. So Daniel's still over there. Probably gonna attempt to gatekeep this Prism team from coming in. As far as I can tell, all of them are now currently back up. We're gonna have 2 members just in the water down here. We're gonna have 1 member for Vapex Voodoo and another for, what is it, Yes Babies? And we're going to have one down just the way for Divine, too. Is he? I don't think he might be stuck. Oh, yeah. I don't think he's getting out of that. So Prism going to go ahead and rotate this way. Are they going to end up crashing these compounds? They end up crashing the backside. One of their players ends up getting knocked. Actually, two players end up getting knocked. And here comes the push around. It's going to be Revy versus the one. Here comes the second, and I believe that is going to be it. I wonder why the sound is glitched. That was weird. I hear everybody's gunshots except for that battle. So Daniel's still killing it over there with that DP. He's getting knocks all the way over here onto Ultimate Cat DE. Playzone's going to go ahead and start claiming some people now as well. And Team 15 being caught in the open over here, trying to seek refuge behind this buggy and this tree. Gonna pop some smokes, hopefully get their teammates back up. But they're still gonna have to worry about the numerous amounts of teams directly in front of them. As you can see, this one is now gonna shift over here towards the very center. There's gonna be absolutely no cover. Hopefully these teams have vehicles as well as a bunch of smokes, because this one is going to be pretty crazy. So I believe their player ended up just jumping into the water. Did they survive? Yeah, he did. Gonna go ahead and see some people battle it out on the very bottom of the cliffs down here. One of the players for Team 20 taking out one of the players for Black Feel right here. That's now gonna bring them down to a two-man. I believe one of their players is being taken down. That is gonna be Lego. And we are gonna be looking at bunch of players outside of zone being taken out by the play zone. That now brings us down to our final two teams. We're going to be looking at Gradient Esports as well as Ultimate and Cat DE. They're going to be rotating in from the compound that we did see earlier. And as you can see, they've already got tons of smokes out. And whoa, that ended way sooner than I expected. And Gradient Esports going to be our victor on that one. I did not see it ending that early. Uh, just those open zones getting picked off during the rotations. That's going to be one of the few times I ever recommend turning aim assist on. Just spraying through smoke. That's your absolute best friend. Or when vehicles and everything are driving by, turn that on as well. You can get some knocks very easily with aim assist. Trying to shoot some people out of vehicles. Other than that, very, very, very end prone in zone. That's pretty much the only time I recommend it as well. So it's like 3 times out of the whole entire game I ever recommend using it. Some people would say otherwise, but I like having the ability to have my bullets going on just one person as what is it? So with aim assist, if you have it on, let's say a whole bunch of people rush you at once, your bullets will be separated between them because it's trying to assist where your bullets go. So instead of just going to the one you're aiming at, it's actually going to go to multiple different people. So in situations like that, that's the reason why I never run it. So guys, we're going to go ahead and get the next round set up. I believe it's about a 10-minute break in between rounds. So stay tuned and we will be right back. Hi guys, welcome back for round number 2. Going to be playing on Miramar this round. Plane line's going to go from, well, basically Los Higos all the way up to Tierra Branca. I actually don't think I've ever been there. So a bunch of teams jumping out right at the very beginning. Have a feeling some of these are going to be heading to prison and Manos del Sur as well as Los Higos right here. Other ones, Valle de Mar, definitely a good drop spot over there. There's also vehicles all along this road that possibly these guys are heading for. Thank you for the follow on Twitch, Angry. The what? Huh? Mm-hmm. I guess so. Really, not a whole lot of action. I do see a couple players. Are they getting in the same fucking vehicle? This is not what you want happening in this game. Literally. So, okay, he jumped out. Oh, he didn't get knocked either. Is he gonna go for the thirst? And he gets the one. He gets one. Where's the second? So all I saw coming out of this was him driving them over to his teammates and then literally just slaughtering them. You never want to jump in the same vehicle as someone else. It's just death. That's all it's written all over it is death. So he's going to go ahead and get his players to hop in with him. Are they going to go hunt people down? No, they're going to see him hop into vehicles. Out comes a knock. Bray's going to get that one. So that's going to go ahead and start this off for Ultima Nakat DE pretty early. Let's see what everybody else is up in the meantime. So we're going to get our first zone. That's going to shift to the left side of the island. We're only going to have, what, about half our teams outside of the zone at this point. I'm going to go up here to El Azahar real quick, check in with these two teams. Currently, Gradient Esports as well as Divine going to be over here next to each other. So not really a whole lot going on at this point, I do suspect it's probably going to take a little bit for some of these teams to meet up with each other. Over here, we're going to go ahead and see Barrio Sesamo go ahead and rotate in right here onto Prism. And here we go. Prezgo's going to rotate right into... Oh, he's down to one shot. Can he get the last couple? And there comes the knock. So that's going to be the first one. The rest of the team's going to be back up there on the very top of the hill. That's going to put them down to a 3-man. And I definitely think they're going to want to try to avenge that thirst. Let's see where the other teams are at. So we're getting pretty close over here in El Azahar, so I'm going to go ahead and check back in with these guys real quick. Norble's going to come out with the nade knock over here onto Troy. As you can see, Hate going to be severely low on HP right now as well. That Molly barely doesn't make it over the top of that wall, and I believe that is going to give them the opportunity to go ahead and move over to get the revive. So blue zone finally starting to set in, and I believe what's Chip Top VG is going to be up there at the very top. Fortunately enough, they are going to have a vehicle. Like I said, sometimes there won't be one that spawns outside that front gate, making the rotation a little hard. I'm seeing a knot come out onto Prism over here. They went ahead and got the thirst onto Jade, so we're going to be looking at a 3v3 over here now. So Stranger going to be separated from the rest of the team. Revy and Ellie going to be over there on the left-hand side. I believe they're going to be closer to the 3 stacks. Not sure if they're inside of those yet. Other than that, I'm still waiting for these teams over in El Hazahar to start duking it out. They're definitely going to have to decide if they're going to choose fight or flight. So Daniel now moves up. He's going to go ahead and face these guys right at the warehouse. Going to be taking shots from multiple right here. And that nade is so close. Second one right on top of him. So that's going to go ahead and start this off. They're going to get a knock onto him. The other two are going to be just across the street. I don't expect them to be able to go ahead and help out much, especially with him being right out in the open right here. It's weird. It doesn't even look like I'm in the blue zone right now. So here comes the first knock on Divine just across the street. This one's going to come out onto Troy. We're going to be looking at 2 knocks over here onto Gradient Esports, 1 knock onto Divine. They're going to try to get one more so they can go ahead and push forward. Daniel's going to go ahead and bleed out, be taken down by the play zone. And here comes Jin rotating in from a completely different angle. They have Divine right now boxed in. So they're definitely not going to be able to leave this situation. But it's never a good idea to go ahead and continue to go ahead and pick a fight within the play zone. Should definitely always be priority number 1 to make your rotation forward. And Jin coming out with a knock onto Hate. This now puts them down to a three-man. They were able to go ahead and get the revive off earlier. So we're still looking at 2 up over here for Gradient Esports. I believe they are going for the revive over there onto their knock player. Hopefully brings us back up to a three-man. And as far as I can tell, it does look like Hate has already been revived right here for Divine as well. And here we see next zone. Still going to have Chumasera in this one, Picado, Power Grip, and Monte Nuevo, also part of San Martin. So that's definitely a pretty good zone, in my opinion. Um, Hoping to see the tail end of this one before we switch out, since we don't really else have anything going on. I see some people going out to the play zone. So is Murph going for the flank around at this point? And I think he is. Yeah, honestly, at this point, Gradient Esports, I would highly recommend to go ahead and just back off the situation since they have the ability to do so. Not sure if they have any kind of vehicles at this point, but they're definitely going to want to find some. And Divine's pretty much just going to be stuck inside of that compound, waiting for these guys to leave. Merc has now had the opportunity to go ahead and push across. Hate going to come out with a knock onto Insane and gets the thirst. That is going to bring them down to a two-man. I do see them leaving now, so we're going to go ahead and switch out of this one, see what everybody else is currently up to inside the circle. Hopefully we can get some kind of action going over here. Let's go ahead and check in now with Butterfly Effect. As you can see, War Dynasty is going to go ahead and start rotating past these guys. I believe it's just Victoria here. So going to be taking some shots onto, I believe, Noobs right there in the Murado as they go ahead and pass by. Does successfully land quite a few shots, but was unable to get the knock in that situation. They're going to continue rotating forward. Does look like they're going to stop at the power grid, so they should have a pretty good location in the zone for now. We'll probably have what? Well, zone's already moving in, so I guess we'll figure out if their assumption was correct, thinking that zone's going to move up to the north. Other than that, it seems like our teams are just going to be enough spread out to where we're not going to see action in this zone. They're pretty much going to be claiming territory at this point, hoping that they pick where zone's going to go in the next one. I'm honestly surprised nobody is inside of Picado. I guess nobody thinks that zone's going to go ahead and rotate that way. Everybody's kind of like, I guess, grouped up around the center, but they're enough spread apart from each other to where they're not going to be right on top of each other. Robin, can you fix it? I don't know why it popped up. Thank you. So Banger trying to play some shots onto Time down there. See a vehicle explosion coming out onto one of the players from the cat over here. Where is everyone else? So just up at the top, I do see Team 18 chilling up here. This is going to be Tip Top VGs, I believe. And they're going to be placing shots downrange over there at Butterfly Effect. As far as I can tell at this point, nothing has landed. I believe both teams ended up having some bolt actions. Arena over here with the M24 trying to play some shots downrange onto them. And we're going to go ahead and see the next zone shift hard to the south. We're still going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, I think like 6 teams in this zone right now. The rest are pretty much clustered around the very northern edge, so I do expect to see quite a few people going out as they rotate into this next one. So Reen's going to go ahead and have to pile out of that. Murado ends up taking quite a few shots in the middle of the rotation. Divine happened to be in the compound just below and ends up getting a knock onto him just as soon as he jumps out of that one. Almost got out of that scot-free, getting some cover behind the rock, and came down to that one last bullet. So look at all these teams right here in the middle of their rotations, right here above Prism. And can they get that thirst over there onto Erica? I believe they're seeking refuge behind that blown up. Well, no, that's a truck. I don't know why I keep trying to say US. I think I'm so used to air angle. So Nakat over there just trying to get some kills as people are rotating into the zone. You can see them lighting up almost every vehicle they see. They're going to get that truck over there War Dynasty's driving pretty much down to nothing. Going to land quite a few shots onto KOZ up there as well. And I think just saw Prism taking out one of the War Dynasty members, as well as Extreme Quake Red down there. So it's going to be, what, a quadruple team over there just on the War Dynasty? Somebody on Prism's rocking the M249. Got them crate weapons. I'll rotate down here to Airwaves real quick. They're currently going to be stuck in between a couple teams over here, just off to their west is going to be MVP. Directly next to these guys is going to be Team 12 in the compound just down the way from them. As you can see, Ecliptic and Hellboy going to be pushing up now, trying to get these kills. Currently standing is going to be Wesh right here. Rowdy going for... Oh, did that fall down? I thought that was a nade coming from MVP, but it's going to turn out to be a smoke. That would have been very unfortunate. That would have been, like, over right there. So we're going to go ahead and see Ultimate Nakat DE crash into the combat right here with MVP. Let's see how they end up taking this one on. And are we going to be looking at a 3v1? So Nuke's going to go ahead and back off. Definitely the right call right there. Go ahead and meet back up with the team. You never want to be soloed out by a team, and if they do figure that out, they're going to press you as hard as possible. So Nuke successfully making it back to his team now. Vehicle's going to be just below them. And we're pretty much going to be hearing shots come out from both of these teams behind them as well. So there is always the possibility of the third party right here onto these two teams just in front of them. What is it? Team 20 currently going to be outside of the zone. They're literally right on the very edge. Looks like they might be making the right call. They don't want to head right into these guys. A wide rotation around to the east might be what they're looking for. But as you can see, there are starting to be some teams that rotate into that side now as well. So they're pretty much probably going to have to pick a fight. If not, hope MVP or somebody ends up moving over here and they can actually rotate over this way. So MVP Delta is going to go ahead and rotate down the hill. They're going to establish territory directly below Destiny right here. We're still going to have Team 20 up there on the hills. You can definitely hear some shots coming out from these guys. And we're going to go ahead and see a knock onto Toxic. This is going to be coming from Barrio Sesamo on the opposite hill over there. I think they did successfully land a couple shots onto one of their members, but I think the knock came out first onto these guys. And now we're also seeing Nuke just to their left-hand side getting a knock onto one of the players from Team 12 right here. And Nuke is going to take down Stranger. And Playzone starting to claim some people. Thank you for the stream like, Nicole. Oh, here we go. Seeing some teams try to gatekeep each other. We're going to go ahead and still see Team 20 up there. They're going to definitely have to make their rotation down. And I think we just missed, is it 7 Atoms in here? Or just some of their players? I don't see their clan tag on there. Oh, no, he's playing on Team 12. So one of the players up there on Team 20 getting a knock onto one of these guys down here. I don't think they're able to get the first off. It's going to be just in that little dip right there. And we're seeing some more go out to the play zone now. So these guys are going to have about 20 seconds to make their entry into the new zone before this one starts moving in. This is definitely not the zone that you want to take damage from, because making rotation through, like literally if you break that plane as you're already losing health, somebody's going to be watching the very edge, basically just trying to farm kills at this point. So if you're down to a one shot, they're definitely going to take that shot onto you. I wouldn't put it past them. I'd definitely be trying to do the same thing. That zone is pretty much free kills. Everybody's taking so much damage for the play zone that you're just sitting there just trying to get some extra points for your team. So Time trying to get a knock on them as they try to get into this zone. He's definitely going to have to heal up. Hopefully he can go ahead. No, he's going to get knocked by the play zone as well. And look at all these play zone knocks. So Vapex Voodoo going to be right here on the backside of this hill. Currently, there's going to be 2 members knocked for lunatics inside this compound. They're definitely going to want to go ahead and press that, but I believe it's just going to be a little too late to do so at this point. They might be making the right call right now. As you can see, they're already starting to move into zone. They're going to be the only ones currently in this right now, so they can definitely sit back and wait for these teams to go ahead and late rotate and take advantage of it. Pretty much the only ones I'll have to worry about at this point is going to be Team 8 just off in the distance. That's going to be Barrio Sesamo. And as you can see, Blast is going to be rotating along the edge of the blue zone. He's going to go ahead and crash into that rock right there, take a couple shots from these guys over here, and they're going to be just on the edge of the zone right here as well. But they do have some hard cover, and it's not going to be open on the side over to Vapex Voodoo either. So here we go. They're going to start farming kills as they come in through the blue. Out comes the long nade. Does this one have... No, it's going to go ahead and bounce off the tree. So they're going to have to worry about absolutely nobody behind them now. So they do have a very good spot in this zone. We're currently going to be looking at our final 3 teams for this round. So it's going to go ahead and be Barrio Sesamo, Vapex Voodoo, and Destiny. So Spectre is going to try to play some shots as Banger moves up to the right-hand side. I'm not sure if they know that anybody is over to the right-hand side yet. They're going to come out with a knock onto, I believe, Lappy right here for Vapex Voodoo. That's going to give them the opportunity to go ahead and start moving forward. Hopefully they can get into this zone before it starts moving in. They're going to have about 10 seconds now. Not really too sure how much cover is going to be over there on the backside, but Vapex Voodoo is now going to be down to just a two-man. They ended up losing 2 players right there as the zone started coming forward. And we're going to go, oh, he's going to take a shot right there from what sounded like an M24. That's going to bring him down to about 25% HP. He's going to go ahead and heal back up as quickly as possible. And Chaotic's going to go ahead and get the knock onto Banger. This now puts, what is it, Destiny down to a one-man. Tricky going to be outside the zone, taking quite a bit of damage, has to come back in. They're going to pop some smokes out, try to go ahead and get themselves some cover in this little dip back here. They're still going to have 3 up, so that could definitely help them. We're looking at a 3v2 for our final. Real question is, who is going to win this? Vapex Voodoo at this point is going to have a little bit of an advantage right now with the high ground, trying to pour as many nades into that smoke as possible to get some knocks right off the bat. Oh, actually they have a rock. It was so smoked out I could not even see it. Who has the zone at this point anyways? Looks like Vapex Voodoo. So, let's see how this one plays out. They're going to have to start pushing forward. Down goes the first knock onto Tricky. Blast down to just a couple HP. He's going to go down now as well, so we're looking at a 2v1. He's going to come up the hill, get the knock on one, and that is it. Vapex Voodoo is going to take our second round. So, very nice job to them right there. Just had to sit back and be patient, and ended up getting zone right there at the end. And that's really all it takes. Having the high ground plus being blessed with zone normally turns out to be a win. So very nice job to those guys. Nice attempt by Barrios Sesamio. They were definitely looking strong right there at the end of that round. We're going to go ahead and get our next round set up, guys. So bear with us. We'll be back in, I believe, about 10 minutes. So stay tuned and we'll be back. Alright guys, welcome back to the stream. We're gonna go ahead and start round number 3. You're gonna be playing on Sandhawk this round. And we're gonna get a pretty decent plane line. We're gonna go from Nakama? Sure. All the way past Camp Bravo. How much you want to bet boot camps in this zone? So we've got one team heading to Paradise. Nobody went to boot camp. Gonna go ahead and hear a couple shots right off the bat over here at the one member for, Ooh, he's gonna go ahead and get knocked right off the bat. War Dynasty gonna go ahead and get that one going. Slot lives back up because I just had a brain fart and forgot the team name. They're gonna be going against Extreme Quake right at this point. Out comes the knock onto Chica. Believe they're gonna go ahead and get them down to a 2-man very early in this round. And I'm also seeing some other teams go at it now as well. It looks like the second place team from last round losing a couple members off the bat. Noob's gonna move up into the little shack right here with the 2 members. Sprays the AK. Double kill right there. And that is why I love the AK. The AK up close is absolutely fucking nasty. So this zone's gonna go up to the northwest corner. We're gonna have a couple teams within that zone. Other than that, it does look like a majority of our teams are up in the northeast. Yeah, a lot of the cities I'm used to seeing, like the NA teams, like Occupy, have nobody. That's why I'm finding this so surprising. It's like a drastic difference between NA and EU from a lot of the things I've noticed. EU uses way more utilities, like way more. I don't know how many nades I've seen one team use yesterday. Like one dude had like at least 10 nades. He was just throwing them back to back to back. So I believe this is probably going to take us to when the zone pushes in to go ahead and see some action between these teams. I do see Ultima and the Cat DE starting to make their rotation into zone, as well as Destiny up to their north. Let me see what Apex Voodoo's doing over here. You can see the couple players directly in front of them. These are our 2 final teams from last game. So Blast is currently the only one eliminated from that team. Oh, he might have the shot on Matthew's head right there. Does he have a scope on the M24? Stay still. Yeah, he does. So they're going to go ahead and start pushing up. They're going to start pressing him from 2 different sides. And there's going to be his teammate coming in for the knock on Espinete. And Matthew's going to go down now to Tricky. Look at Glory in the chat showing some love for Prism. do see some knocks coming through the kill feed from these guys over here. Let's go ahead and check in with them real quick. So zone now slowly moving in. This is probably the only map I don't increase zone speed on, so this map already moves. Let's see what everybody's up to. It does look like the team that they got a knock onto is just going to go ahead and rotate away. I believe they're going to get one kill out of that one. And here comes the blue zone. They're going to hop into... Oh, no, Jade. You can run faster than this thing drives. So let me rotate over here to MVP Delta real quick. They're going to be rotating across the bridge. Kenzo's going to have an OP spot right here in the very center of it. I don't know if they'll even have to move for a while. So zone now about to go ahead and hit. We're about to see where the next one is going to go ahead and shift to. As you can see, a majority of these teams think this one's still going to go up to the north because they're pretty much going right around that island. And they definitely guessed correct. This one's going to shift to the top island. Prism making the rotation around. Are they going to run right into Team 20 right here? And I believe Stranger's going to go ahead and get shot. And they're going to go ahead and get a thirst onto him. Can Revi get back on this motorcycle and continue to make their rotation forward? Still hearing some shots come out back there. I believe they're trying to get some shots onto these motorcycles, but they're just going to be too far away at this point. Actually, no. Jade is still back here. Does this vehicle still have tires and everything? Yeah, it does. So hopefully she can go ahead and hop onto that thing after she goes ahead and heals back up and boosts up and turbo that thing out of here. But right now she's being pinched, going to get shot in the left-hand side by Wesh. And I believe that is now going to put Prism down to a 2-man. What's up, Omega? Thank you for tuning in once again. So right here, we're going to check in with one of the last two standing players for Barrio Sesamo. And they're going to be rotating in right behind Ultimate the Cat DE. It's going to go ahead and go prone. Definitely the wise decision since it's still very early in this round. And out comes a knock onto one of the players over here for Vapex Voodoo. This one's going to be coming from Malum for Ultimate Cat DE. It's going to end up rotating into their compound directly behind these guys. And as you can see, Vapex Voodoo is going to be rotating along the coastline, still trying to come in through the zone. Probably might swing the gap over there to Hatin. It's definitely a very good location over there. As you can see, Team 13's already within the zone, but they still have the potential of being seen by Destiny right here on that backside as well. So I believe Kenzo's going to go ahead and get one through. Yeah, me too. But we'll see how NA goes. If doesn't work out as planned, don't see the point in supporting NA like that anymore if they can't show support back. So we're going to go ahead and see one of the players get knocked out from Destiny further up on this little island over here. The last two players going to be all the way back kind of by the boathouses just in front of Ultima Cat DE. So earlier we did see them rotating this way. From what it looks like, they're both kind of rotating into the same position. So we're probably going to see these two teams go at it. And then we still have, what is it? Lappy still standing over here. Going to be the last one for Vapex Voodoo. Thank you for the follow, David. And Tricky is going to go ahead and get knocked over there. I believe this is going to be the tail end of these couple guys over there. Lunatic's going to be rotating into these guys right now. Perez Gill, I believe, was knocked earlier when I was over this way. I believe they ended up getting revived. He's going to go ahead and get knocked. Tricky, fortunately, is back up behind the rock. But it's going to have to go ahead and heal up. Try to play some shots onto these guys. Zone is now going to start. Well, I thought it was moving. My eyes were playing tricks on me. Tricky going to be taking some damage right there onto that left-hand side. And here comes the push forward. Tries to pre-fire the right-hand side and does a little trick move. Makes him think he's going back left and then comes back right again. Tries to account for it and happens to not come back fast enough. So nice attempt on his part. Let's go ahead and rotate over to these couple teams up here to the north. You can see one of the only players still standing. Oh, is he going to bleed out under the water? It's going to have to come up for air. I see what's going on now. He's being picked off by the couple players up here for Divine. They're going to be pretty much running down the side of these cliffs right here, trying to get this one. Hopefully they don't stay out there too long. So they're going to go ahead and get the confirm right there. Just off in the distance, you are going to see Ultima Cat DE as well as one of the only standing player for Destiny trying to swim across to the backside of the zone right now. It's possible, but he may take a little bit of damage coming into there. So it's probably going to try to come into the boathouses right there at the back end of Hatton. Should be pretty safe. I don't see anybody over there at this point. Let me check in with Team 21 right here, see what this dude's currently up to. Believe he's going to be all by his lonesome over here with a couple players over here for Team 11, slowly moving into his location. And they're going to come up above these hills any second now. Question is, do they watch their back? He's got to see these dudes over there. So here come the shots. Going to land a couple right there onto Rosie. Going to get her down to just a couple hit points. Robin, put the cone on him. So we're going to see 2 knocks right here onto some of the players for Team 11. That is going to be Yes Babies. I believe that is going to put them down to just a 1-man. Going to be on the backside just below the little cliff dip right here. That's actually a good spot. You actually cannot see anything right there from where these guys are currently at for Team 21. They're going to go ahead and get a knock onto 1, and Daniel going to be right there to go ahead and provide backup to his teammate. Gets the knock on them in return. Fortunately enough, they were not able to get the thirst off, so that's still going to leave their players still standing. We're going to go ahead and see the next zone rotate down, just kind of centralized up on, well, it doesn't have a name. So the compound's kind of on like the beach area, as well as the hills that War Dynasty currently occupies. So the only problem I see with those hills up there is if zone tends to shift away, which I do see it do in quite a few scrims, um, they pretty much have to jump to their deaths. Hellboy's going to go ahead and thirst his kill. Actually, no, Kenzo's going to do it for him. They're both going to take him down at the same time. I believe that is now going to leave Ultimate DE down to a 2-man. And Kenzo's going to land some shots onto Malum. He's going to seek refuge right here behind the building to go ahead and heal back up. Hellboy is going to get knocked in the process. I actually didn't see that one come through the kill feed. I actually saw him looking in the direction of Kenzo, so I'm guessing his teammate must have got the knock. So Lynn is going up against some of the players right here from Gradient Esports. Victoria is going to go down, but I do believe they took some of their players out because I don't see them around them anymore. So they should be pretty good for a little bit. Still going to have that team Gradient Esports over on the opposite hills, so they're going to have the high ground over top of these guys, so hopefully they can get back down to their team. As you can see, Lynn is now going to be knocked as well. I do expect that these shots are coming from Gradient Esports over there. You can hear, I did hear a bullet go off the side of somebody's pan right here. And I think that kill is going to be stolen away from these guys. Team 13 down there, which is Divine, going to go ahead and steal that one away from these guys. Dan are going to be just a little bit lower on the ledges. That's still a jump to your death from right there, too. So zone's going to shift to the north. Going to have the 1 compound still in some of the cliffs that Team 15 Butterfly Effect still has right there. Let's see what the teams on the hills decide to do. Do they have the opportunity to go ahead and rotate down, or are they just going to have to stay up there, try to heal up, or jump to their deaths? Hopefully they can try to get some knocks or something before doing so, or drop all your meds for 1 person. But the farther you are outside of the zone, the faster you tend to take damage, so it's a hard call to make. So Yuji coming out with a knock onto Hate, and I think War Dynasty Deshaun fell and got knocked. Fortunately enough, his teammate's going to be right there. As you can see, zone is moving in. They're going to have to move this forward. Might want to cancel that and move, dude. Deshaun going to get knocked by zone again, and definitely the wise choice just to go ahead and leave him. MVP's going to go ahead and jump down. Actually, I believe Playzone ended up taking him out before they could get to him. So Wesh still going to be in the compounds trying to make his rotation over to the rocks. He got there just with 2 HP left. Gradient Esports over there trying to land the last couple bullets onto him and lands the one on that left-hand side. Just wasn't behind that rock enough. So that's now going to give them the ability to go ahead and get the revive onto their teammates who is left. Let me go ahead and check in with Lunatics right here as they move up into this compound. As you can see, part of it is still within, so I do expect that they'll probably go for some hard cover on this one since they're rocking a 3-man for this round. Other than that, I do see MVP with an entire team still up, so that might be a big help to these guys. We're still going to see a couple players up top for War Dynasty. And out comes the knocks right here from Lunatics. They're going to get one onto MVP Delta, and that is going to be on Ecliptic. Let me rotate over to these guys, see what we can see from their views. KDZ going to get a knock onto the last member for, I believe it was Divine. And Kenzo now getting knocked as well. Hellboy down to just a couple HP. They're now going to be forced to go ahead and move forward because of this zone. Hellboy does have the opportunity to go heal up before the zone ends up hitting. They're only going to have to worry about the one player on that left-hand side right there. As you can see, the one player for Lunatics is currently knocked. They actually might make it, since zone speed has not been increased for this map. It already moves quick enough. So Hellboy is going to go ahead and stand up, make his trek to zone, makes it in. And War Dynasty is going to have to come off of that hill now. How far is the jump is the real question. Oh, here comes Team 21. Gradient Esports pushing up directly above these guys. Gets the first knock onto K. And Exalti taking quite a few bullets right there from that. Sounded like a Uzi. And is going to get both of those. Yeah, that's a pretty far jump. So, fortunately, he did get 2 out of it. Maybe he can just slide down this little thing right here and get some cover behind that tree, make the rotation into zone. Currently, Lunatics is going to have the compound still within. Other than that, we're going to see MVP Delta rotating around below the hill, going to be right below Insane right here, and he's going to take some damage from Lunatics, I believe, and he ends up getting the knock onto one of the players up there for Gradient Esports, which leaves it just down to Daniel at this point. We're going to be looking at a 3v1. And that is going to be it. Lunatics is going to take our 3rd round today, guys. So congratulations to those guys. Gradient Esports going to go out in 2nd. MVP Delta going out in 3rd. And that's going to be it for our top 3. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to come back with one more round. Going to be Vikindi next round. So stay tuned and we will be back. Hi guys, welcome back for round number 4. This is going to be our final round today. Going to be playing on Bikindi. Pretty decent plane line. We're going to go from Milnar all the way up past... What the fuck does that say? Zabawa or Zabava? I don't know. I can't see it through the plane line. But some of these maps have some like ridiculous names for some of the compounds. So the majority of our teams are going to be out already. As you can see, it does look like most of them are going to go to the eastern side of this one. Never realized how hard it is to spectate without a finger sleeve. Oh, come on, game. So we're going to see our first zone. Half of this one's going to be water. Hopefully this one comes back inland, which it does a good percentage of the time, but this one's kind of far out there. So I definitely hope this one comes back. All right, Mike, you're good, dude. So as far as I can tell, we're not getting anybody landing with each other, which is very surprising on this map. We normally get at least 1 to 2 teams landing with each other. But the main reason I like this map is there's tons of compounds everywhere. Like, weapons are so easy to find. My only problem with it is sometimes it's just hard to find vehicles. I don't know if it's actually hard to find vehicles or if I'm just blind and they blend in with the snow. That could be my issue right there, too. Let me go check in with my people over here, make sure they're doing okay. So they should be good for a little bit. I do see teammate just off in the distance from these guys, but I believe there is going to be a hill just between them, so should be good for a while. I do expect to see people rotating into Garaka as well as Krichus right there. Maybe even see some teams rotate into Port, especially with this zone. Those would probably be the ones I'd be taking, as well as the compounds just to the left-hand side of Barrio Sesamo, just up to kind of like the northwest from where they're at. Let me see what War Dynasty's up to over here. They're going to continue to rotate by Gradient Esports. No shots coming out from those guys. I love how fast this vehicle is, but oh no, here come the shots. Ended up getting one good one right there. Had to have been a headshot for how much HP that took away from Deshaun. But I only heard like 3 bullets come out right there, and all of them were definitely on target. It was like 1 headshot and 2 off the vehicles, so I'm guessing that came from Gradient Esports, and if that's the case, they got some good aim. So we're gradually starting to see our teams make the rotations up north. They're only going to have about 40 seconds before this zone starts moving in, and like I said earlier, every map except for Sandhawk is going to have a little bit of a faster zone speed. So definitely want to get in here. It's not something you're going to want to run from. I think when it's a normal zone, you run pretty much kind of as fast as the zone movement. So this is going to be just a little bit faster than people can run in this game. So they definitely want to get vehicles if at all possible. what is going on right here? Extreme Quake Red going to be rotating right by War Dynasty at this point. They're going to take a couple shots at the vehicle, I believe, getting a couple landed right there. And Extreme Quake Red going to be searching for a compound to currently occupy. I believe Ellie ends up getting knocked jumping out of a vehicle too soon, as far as I can tell over there. So hopefully her team can get over there, get her back up. We're also now seeing Destiny rotating by Butterfly Effect. They're going to continue on their rotation north. Still nobody in the Critchus area, which is definitely surprising. I'm going to go over here and check in with Barrio Sesamo at this point. Perez Gil going to get a bunch of shots landed on them, gets down to 1 HP, and gets below that ridge line. Hopefully he can go ahead and stop and heal up. He's going to have to possibly worry about Extreme Quake Red just across the street to his right-hand side. I expect at this point he has no idea they're over there. War Dynasty definitely probably mad that they didn't get that knock right there, especially with how much HP was left on him. And here we go. Team 12 going to be rotating in. Oh, and if they would have continued going, they would have ran right into him. Are they going to continue into the compound? And they're going to go ahead and cut away from this one. So we are going to go ahead and see a fight up here between these two teams. Let me rotate over to these guys real quick. And that puts them down to a two-man. They're going to be looking at Tricky and Perez Gil over here. He's going to be placing some shots down this way. As far as I can tell, it doesn't look like they landed. Where is his buddy at? It's going to be way down on the beach line. Let's go back up here and check in with War Dynasty now. As you can see, they're currently going to be battling it out with Destiny. They're going to have one member knocked on the right-hand side, as well as, I think, one taking quite a bit of damage over there on the left. I'm not sure if they ended up getting a knock onto one and they got them back up or not. Out comes a long nade, just coming probably a couple feet short right there. And we're pretty much going to have all of our teams into this zone now, except for Team 21 and Team 17. I believe they did find a vehicle over there, and they should be making their rotation in probably around the coal mine area. Other than that, we are finally starting to see our teams grouping up against each other, so finally going to get some action on stream for you guys. Hopefully it wasn't too boring listening to my voice, just watching me talk. I finally got energy now. Van Bowie, you're gonna have to join their Discord, dude. I put the link in the chat earlier. I think you were in here when I sent it. I think it should still be up there. If it's not, just let me know and I'll repaste it in there for you. So here comes our first knock from over here. It is going to be coming from Tip Top VGs. That one is going to land on Spectre to our right-hand side. Next, we're going to go ahead and see a knock and a thirst over here from, I believe, Arrow. He's going to go up against their other teammate over here by the warehouses. Kelvin's right there to back him up. I believe he was right in the middle of a reload. Landed a bunch of good shots over there on, I think it's Becky. So Banger is going to go ahead and rotate up to the second story now. Ring currently going to be knocked on the first floor. I think Banger got to that revive first, so we're going to go ahead and see Spectre get back up. So here comes Kelvin pushing up to provide some support for his team. Spectre going to be up on the balcony right there. As you can see, Arrow is going to be moving in. He's going to play some shots onto him. Almost gets the knock. Gets him very low on HP. So here we go. Tip top. Oh, no, he jumped out. Thought it was going to be a three-man push. Down goes Spectre. It is all just up to Banger now. They end up pushing forward and confirming that kill. So very nice job to Tip Top VGs right there. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and rotate out, see what these other teams are currently up to. We're going to rotate over here to Butterfly Effect now. They are in the process of taking on Yes Babies. We're going to see Victoria knocked at the back. Lynn going to go and get revived right here by Yuji. And Erica on top of the roof, as well as Rosie. Two other players currently knocked just below them. I believe Rosie now going for the revive onto their teammate. Lynn going to be pushing forward through the bathroom, jumps out the window, and she goes ahead and cancel that revive just in time, but Yuji's going to go ahead and rotate around the right-hand side, get the knock onto her. So we're going to be looking at a 1v1. It's going to be Yuji versus Erica. And that is going to be it. He's going to go ahead and get the last couple right there. And shouldn't have any issues getting these two revives off. Definitely went for the right person to begin with. And we're seeing a majority of our teams rotating up to the northern tip right here, just above Critchus. Zone's about to hit, so we'll go ahead and see where this one ends up shifting to. And most of these teams ended up choosing right. We're still going to have a portion of this zone being water, so it goes ahead and probably takes, what, 25% of this zone away is my guess. So fortunately enough, they do have some pretty good compounds still within this zone. So hopefully it doesn't continue to stay out there towards the water. I really hope this one rotates back in. I don't like seeing too much of water zone, even though it is really good action because everybody wants the last couple spots. Let's rotate over here to Prism at this point. Oh, she's all the way out here. So a bunch of shots coming out from Divine over here. Gonna get a vehicle explosion onto Ellie and Stranger. I believe now that is gonna be down to just Revy for Prism. And Merlin ends up getting the confirm onto Jade just on top of the hill. So they're going to go ahead and loot those boxes up. Get prepared for the next push. As you can see, War Dynasty is just going to be over the bridge from these guys. And Murph ends up getting caught into it as they end up rotating forward. They go ahead and get Deshaun flanking him from the right-hand side. And there's really not a whole lot you can do when you only have the rock for cover and a whole team swarms in on you from different angles. So we're about to see zone hit once again. Where is this one going to go ahead to? And we're still going to have just a tiny bit of water still in this one. It's going to go ahead and rotate to the south. Critchus and Dobro still going to be within this circle. And here come the shots just over those hills over there from Daruma Beta. Believe they ended up landing some on, is it nubs or noobs? We're going to go ahead and see MVP Delta crash into the compound. Gradient Esports currently occupies. And they're going to land a couple right there onto Daniel as they come around and peek that corner. Fortunately for them, they are going to have normal up there with the Overwatch position over them. We're going to go ahead and see a Molly come in through that top window. Definitely thought somebody was up there, but Kenzo's going to be on the first floor guarding that doorway over there. Hellboy going to be on the right-hand side, peeking the windows up there at the very top. Daniel trying to get a nade through those windows up there to get the knock onto Hellboy. And what is everyone else up to at this point? So zone is now started to move in on this next one. We're going to go ahead and see Daniel jump over as well as normal. They're going to get up right on the roof of this compound. And in comes the Molly through the window. I believe both of these guys going to be... No, actually, I take that back. He was right in that little corner dip. And currently, with that last confirm right there onto the last player standing for Prism, that is now going to bring us down to our last 11 teams. Oh, Tricky going out, drowning. That now brings us down to our final 10. Oh, no. He almost naded himself. So we're going to go ahead and finally see the fight between these guys. Kenzo going to come out with the first knock. Unfortunately, Hellboy going to get knocked in the process as well. You see them now starting to push up these stairs. Can he get the revive off? No, he's going to have to go ahead and cancel it. Going to go ahead and rotate out to the balcony and gets the final shots right there into Kenzo, eliminating them from this final round. Currently, they're going to have 2 players knocked for War Dynasty. Deshaun going to get knocked as soon as he comes around that wall. Vapex Voodoo going to go ahead and hop out as well. I believe they end up going down to the play zone right... No, they're going to be taken down by Tip Top BGs over here. So right now, they're going to occupy the compounds right here at the very edge of Critius. Other than that, we're going to have, what, 1, 2, 4 teams outside of the zone right now. We're going to see in some shots from Gradient Esports over here, trying to take out some of the players over there for Extreme Quake Red. Not sure if they ended up getting them or not, but I do see some players knocked over here. I think it's just bunch of third partying going on with them being out in the open right here. They're going to have to probably rotate. Their backs are going to be open to Gradient Esports over there, and I believe they're also taking some shots from Tip Top VGs just across the street. I do see some knocks just over here onto Team 20, which is going to be Airwaves, so I'm going to go ahead and check in with these guys. Some knocks for Team 13 as well, which is going to be Divine. Where is the last player? Oh, right on the side of the wall. I don't know how I missed that one. So Troy's hoping Hate can get out here to get the revive onto them. As you can see, Toxic getting revived by Wesh right there, making this 2 men up for them right now. And Troy's going to go ahead and pop some smokes, try to get the revive off onto his teammate. Fortunately enough for them, they are going to be within this zone right now, but they are going to have to worry about butterfly effect right here, possibly moving into their territory. They can definitely third party this if they absolutely want to. They're not going to have to worry about a whole lot behind them at this point. I think Team 16 is going to be the closest ones to them right there. Let me see what's just going on over here real quick. Checking in with Tip Top VGs. I see some shots coming out from these guys. Might be taking some shots downrange at Gradient Esports from what I can tell, but they're not really going to have anybody close to them, so I'm going to head back over here to these couple teams real quick. Try to catch the tail end of this one. Zone, unfortunately, going to shift away from these guys and is going to go right towards Gradient Esports over there for Team 21. So we're going to see all of our teams start making their rotations over that way. It's going to be pretty hairy for these 3 teams right here, though. So Daniel's going to go ahead and start it off. He's going to get a knock onto Reen over there. And Lynn going to be the first one to go ahead and leave for where Butterfly Effect. They're going to rotate right into Gradient Esports. I believe Victoria currently knocked. Yuji going to be by themselves. Normal ends up jumping down off the roof of the compound. And can he land the last bullets? He gets inside, goes right towards Insane. Actually, no, he goes upstairs. Definitely the smart move right there. And they definitely want this. I believe he's going to come upstairs. And lands the last shots. He ends up getting that heal off right at the last second. So here you go. Tip Top VG is now going to be crashing this compound now as well. And Team 22. So Insane going to be knocked in the compound just at the very front. I believe a knock coming out onto Daruma Beta as well. That one's going to be on Denral. And I believe that puts them at 2 men up from what I can see. When they overlap, it makes it a little tricky. Out comes a knock onto Kelvin right here for Tip Top VGs. Normal going to go down right after that, so it is just going to be down to Daniel on the inside of this one compound. And they both end up pushing in. Can they land the last shots? And they do. Tip Top VG is going to come out with the victory over Gradient Esports right there, which now gives them a very good spot in this zone. All they have to do is continue to rotate forward. They're going to have 2 members for Airwaves directly in front of these guys. Skinner ends up getting the knock onto Wesh, putting Airwaves down to a 1-man. And Tip Top VGs moves in to go ahead and take the last one out. So this is going to be our final 2 teams, guys. We're going to be looking at a 4v1. And that is it. Tip Top VG is going to go ahead and take round number 4. So I'm going to go ahead and take some endgame picks, guys. Appreciate all the views today, all the support on my first stream of the month. Like I said, since I just made Trovo partner program for this month, I'm probably going to be doing exclusive streams here to build up all of my numbers, see if I can get into the next category. So if you guys don't mind, go ahead and hit that follow button for me if you haven't already. Head over to my Trovo. I think it's my username on there is either SnowBack or SnowBack Gaming. So just pop in, hit that follow button for me, and then you can be notified whenever my stream goes live again. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys, I think, later today. I'm not sure if I have another EU or Scrim after this or not. I just have to double check. If not, I'll see you guys tonight for my own Scrims at 8 o'clock Eastern time. So look forward to seeing you all once again.